She was 19, and this guy was her first boyfriend. This guy had cut so deep into her that this guy became the only world that she knew. And then she was crushed before she could enjoy the honeymoon. She was heartbroken. And you know what she said? All men are trash. And as those that passionately follow music would actually get that. She was 19. 10 years later, she was 29. Another guy came and he promised her the whole world. But she couldn't believe it. Because according to her, remember, all men are trash. But you know, someone told her, you just need time. And you forget about it. And you find a guy that will love you for who you are. And you fall in love again. And you enjoy the joy of love. Time. She was told, even by those closest to her, that you just need time. And even those that were distant from her, they still told her, you just need time. You will heal with time. 10 years later, she was 39. And she was still with the pain that she suffered when she was 19. And with her famous phrase, oh my gosh. 10 years later, she was 49. And she still was nursing and harnessing the pain of 19 years of age. People still told her, time will heal all the pain that you are feeling right now. Until I came along and I told her, time doesn't heal wounds. And at that time when I told her that, she was 50. And I wasn't really older than her. But I still sat her down with the conversation that has now become the peak of this particular episode. Time doesn't heal wounds. A lot of us are stuck and trapped in time. And because of that, we have failed to make any meaningful progress because we are waiting for time to pass so that all the hurt and all the baggage that we've been carrying will just disappear. But we get shocked that even after 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, we still hold on to the grudges. We still hold on to the pain. We still hold on to those memories that happened to us or that happened in our lives when we were very young. And if I say very, some of you would say, how very young is very young? Some of us, when we were 5 years old, we still remember those things. Until date, time has passed, we still haven't forgotten. Time doesn't heal wounds. But you could be asking me the question, then Ollie, what heals wounds? Intention and deliberacy is the master healer. Because if you never intend and you are never deliberate about healing your own wounds, I can guarantee you, even in the most plain of it, if you hurt yourself on the leg or on your hand or anywhere, just sitting there and waiting for time to pass, the wound might actually become deeper and much more deadly than if you were to deliberately get spirit, get water, wash the wound, no matter how much painful it may be at that time. But you have to be intentional enough to get the water, wash it, get the spirit, put some spirit on it, get some band-aid, put there, and then begin to nurse it and never wait for time. You will heal quicker than it would have been if you were to wait for time. So to hell with time. Throw away the watch and take and embrace intention and deliberacy. Here's what you're going to do when you go home today. If you're home already, here is what to do whilst you're home. Get a piece of paper and write all those things that you have been remembering even after years have passed. And you know what you're doing? Collect all those memories, put them before you, and then generate intention and deliberacy. And then aim and intend and deliberate in your heart that I'm going to kill these memories. Is it easy? No, it's not easy. But it's actually easier compared to if you were to wait for time. I know a lot of people that have lost jobs because they're still hurt about how they were treated in the past job. I know people that have lost relationships because they're still hurt and they still project what the previous relationship actually had on them. And because of that, they still fail to sustain any relationship, regardless of the time that had passed. And I know people that have been hurt and they have decided to be intentional and deliberate and built their lives to a point where if you look at them, you will not believe that they were hurt. You know, some people are hurt because the person that hurt them never said sorry. But you know what? In Africa, a certain corner of Africa, they actually say, "Fuerere na kuhane na kushiki na kwango." And in saying so, they actually mean, sorry does not heal a wound. So even if the guy that hurt you, the lady that hurt you, your parent that hurt you, even if you're waiting for them to say sorry, even after they say sorry, it will not heal the wound. But what will heal the wound is your intent, your deliberacy. So develop a deliberacy today. Develop a certain intent and then spread your wings and fly, because you can fly. Even without wings, you can still fly. And what can cause you fly, or what can cause you flying, is intention and deliberacy. Never wait for time. In fact, the quicker you deal on things, the better for you. What are you holding in your heart? Let it go. And even I'm saying it with ease. It's not easy to let it go, but that's the easiest way to get around it. Let it go. Your parent wasn't there for you when you needed the most. Let it go. Oh, you were graduating and they never showed up for your graduation. Let it go, at least you graduated. Oh, you were getting married and your uncle never contributed to your wedding. Let it go. Life is much bigger and much greater than to be surrendered to time. Because even time itself begs those that will maximize the intention of its existence. So time doesn't heal wounds at all. So you are the key to healing your wounds. And you do this by deliberately and intentionally taking steps that are going to be used to heal the wounds. It's painful, it's hard, but it's not impossible. It can be done, it has been done, and it continues to be done. And if you ask me, I'll tell you that don't wait for time. Be intentional and be deliberate, and your wounds will heal sooner than you think. If someone asks you, who's that guy who's talking? My grandfather's name is Monga. And my name is Ollie.